Hello and welcome to Calm Anarchy Promotions. With me, I have Kurt from Love Her Killer off of It's I1 Records. Now,
Correct.
The theme of the radio show is going to be, what is it like being an underground musician? Now, Kurt, in your own words, what would you say it's like being an underground musician?
Well, it's a little difficult, but on the other hand, it's, I guess, a little bit easier, being that you have your own freedoms to do what you want and to put your music where you want it. And that was one of the reasons why I started I1 Records, which is an underground indie label. It's more like it's run more like a family. And we just all take care of each other, and we all have hands in different areas, different cities, different countries.
All right, so you're also an artist as well, as you run your own label?
Yes, that's correct. I am.
Now, do you find that difficult doing both things?
It's turning into something difficult. It's actually growing bigger than me right now. So we're in the process of, as we are trying to contract more artists and bands, I'm actually in the process of employing more people to help out with just the label, so I can focus on live shows for Love Her Killer as well as finishing up the record.
Sounds like you're very busy.
Very busy, wearing a lot of different hats.
All right, so do you play shows, and what area are you from? You're from the central United States. What state you from?
From New Orleans, Louisiana.
All right, and you play a lot of shows out there?
Actually, we have not played a show yet. We are in the process of rehearsing right now, and we hope to play shows. We hope to take it from Louisiana, as far as we can go. They're playing one of our songs in the UK right now, as well as help from DJs and local radio, as well as you guys are helping out a lot, playing the song that we have up, which is called Tell You Everything. It's the first single. But we're trying to, I guess we're doing more like California, big scene for it in the South, but we're trying to change that.
All right, well, I'll be playing your song here in a minute. Now, what are some of your musical influences?
Well, I grew up on a lot of early 80s music influences. I have a lot of influences. Joy Division, Echo and the Bunnymen, early Depeche Mode, early Cure, just all that early, like, dark wave, new wave, synth pop stuff that was on the radio, and even stuff that wasn't on the radio, like Bauhaus. Big fan of Bowie, Peter Murphy. A lot of those guys grew up listening to a lot of that stuff.
And what got you into playing music in the first place?
Actually, what got me playing music was, it was sort of in my family. I had a lot of family with bands. Had a relative in a band called The Bread in the 60s. His name was David Gates. My grandfather used to play a lot of gospel music when I was a kid. Used to listen to him play guitar, but I guess what made me play guitar the most was, I guess, around 91, seeing, Guns N' Roses play live, and I was a big fan of that around 91. So seeing Slash play guitar was really influential to me.
Musician, right?
Definitely, yeah.
What would you say, there's better music in the underground scene or in the mainstream?
I would definitely say in the underground scene, because there's a lot of undiscovered music that does not fit in anybody's category, and I guess that kind of becomes a problem, because when something don't fit in a category, people seem to discard it, and there's a lot of unseen, unheard talent out there. So I would imagine that there's more in the underground scene, and that was one reason why I started I1 Records, was to get some of that talent heard and to get that broadcasted out there.
All right, speaking of getting music heard, I'll play your song right here. Would you like to introduce it and say what is the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, this is our first single. It's called Tell You Everything, and it's basically inspired by love, hate, relationships, relationships that go bad, or something you may want to change about a person, or I think that people can really identify with it. It's a subject that hits close to home.
After tonight, I think I'll tell you everything. You know it must be love, but it feels like miles away. I'll take you to Paris and buy you fancy things. And even though we just met, I want her as we kiss like dolls. Maybe it's fate or premature heartbreak. And when she's nervous, she plays with her hair and says one of us will get hurt. Oh God, I'm too late. She left last night, we had a fight about petty things. Her mother says I'm wrong and her father says nothing at all. It's just that I've been waiting my whole life to tell you everything. No more secrets, no moments where we last night. It's not you, it's me. With every guilty pleasure, there's always sex. She says, I don't know what you mean. Red lips, black bangs, barrettes. These are the things she knows that really get me going. I wonder what it feels like to have everything. She gets what she wants and you get 100 promises. I watch from the hallway as she paints her face. You tell me you won't be at home tonight and that you've got another place to stay. Should I swallow my pride and blow a kiss or handshake? It's always the same story, the end is such a cliche. She leaves and I think about the pretty things. Her mother says I'm wrong and her father says nothing at all. It's just that I've been waiting my whole life to tell you everything. No more secrets, no moments where we last night. It's not you, it's me. With every guilty pleasure, there's always sex. She says, I don't know what you mean. Red lips, black bangs, barrettes. These are the things she knows that really get me going. I've been waiting my whole life to tell you everything. No more secrets, no moments where we last night. It's not you, it's me. With every guilty pleasure, there's always sex. She says, I don't know what you mean. Red lips, black bangs, barrettes. These are the things she knows that really get me going. When she makes you crazy, don't say anything at all. She says, look in the mirror, she goes, take off your mask. She says, love don't last like you thought it would pass. You know this must be love, you know you thought it was. I've been waiting my whole life to tell you everything. No more secrets, no moments where we last night. It's not you, it's me. With every guilty pleasure. more secrets, no more lies. Where were you last night? It's not you, it's me. With every guilty pleasure there's always sex. She says, I don't know what you mean. Red lips, black bangs, barrettes, these are the things she knows that really get me.
Hello and welcome back to Calm Anarchy Promotions. With me I have Kurt from Love Her Killer, with the song that you just heard was Tell You Everything. Now, with me I have Kurt, like I said, and he can tell you where you can get that song.
Well, the song is not available just yet, but we are releasing EP. It's going to be called the Dirty Pictures EP, and it should be available within the next 2 months. It's going to be a 3-song EP, followed by a full-length self-album available on vinyl, and as well as downloading would be on iTunes, and you could pick up both at the Reverb Nation store at www.reverbnation.com/loveherkiller.
All right, sounds good. Now, before this interview is over, is there anything else you'd like to promote?
I would like to promote the I1 Records page, which is at www.reverbnation.com/I1 Records. Corey Nichols and St. Francis. Those are 3 bands that you should definitely check out, as well as Love Her Killer. All that is available underneath the I1 Records page on Reverb Nation.
All right. Nice having you on, Kurt.
Thank you so much.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
Go